in the Ozark Hills where the sun shines bright. We're living the dream and working by the light. Raising chickens and sheep, the garden's our home. Learning to live from the earth as our own. Welcome to St. Legion, where the roots run deep. In Zone 6, Missouri, where the land we keep. Growing food and sharing what we've learned. From the good, the bad, and the lessons earned. We plant the seeds, we watch them grow. And sometimes the storms, they don't always show. Through trials and tears, we stand tall and strong. This homestead life where we all belong. Welcome to St. Legion, where the roots run deep. In Zone 6, Missouri, where the land we keep. Growing food and sharing what we've learned. From the good, the bad, and the lessons earned. We plant the seeds, we watch them grow. But sometimes the storms, they don't always show. Through trials and tears, we stand tall and strong. This homestead life where we all belong. Welcome to St. Legion, where the roots run deep. In Zone 6, Missouri, where the land we keep. Growing food and sharing what we've learned. From the good, the bad, and the lessons earned.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's so good to have you here today. I hope you've had a great week and you're not looking at a terrible weekend of bad weather. Tonight, I have Langley's Build a Homestead. And y'all know I don't do a lot of featured channels, but I'm asking my mods, like maybe every couple minutes, if you'll put their link up so we can help them grow their channel. I just fell in love with these two. They're so like-minded with us, and I see, y'all know I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I get choked up because I remember when I got 10 subscribers, they're just over 200. We have 44 people in here, and we can help them grow their channel. So tonight we're going to meet Irby and Sarah. But first, I told Sarah she's right here, over here. She's waiting so patiently, but I told her I wanted to say hi to everyone. So Teresa Jukowitz was numero uno. She beat Joe Fix It For You. And then Shelly at Country to Coast came in. Barb at Jesus is Lord. Marion Miley, hi. I love your new channel. Rebecca Touched by Yarn, Whistletop, Homestead. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Debbie Drock, hi, my friend. There's my brother Troy. Linda Chandler, so good to see you. So good to see you. Did everyone have a just fabulous Friday? Because I have to own it. I had a pretty good one. Karen, hi. Did you get your card yet, Karen? There's Lou and M at L&M Country Adventures. So great to see you. Neil at Treasure Hunter Neil. Great to see you. Okay, eventually, I'm not going to get to the bottom of the list. Jaden, what's up? Jennifer, how are you? There's Adrian at Indiana Backyard Gardener, and there's my Sammy from Goat Days. Hi, Patty. Hi, Ann. I'm just going to say names because, that's how I know y'all. Ann Dale, hello, my sweet friend. I love you. Arlene, good to see you. And I believe that's Jeff or Terry. It's Terry at Madwood Barbecue. Terry, how are you doing? A little brain malfunction, but I'm old. I'm allowed to have it. Hello, Tammy at Mountain Grandma. Good to see you. There's the Butlers. He's here. He made it over here. Stitching it up. Capturing Country Life. Hi. What's up, Bushcraft? That's Charles. Hey, if you don't know each other, you check each other out, y'all. great channels in here. Charlene Grady, hi, my friend. And Milk and Honey Heritage Farm, Heather. There's Eddie from Devil Dog. Hoorah! Hoorah! Okay, let's keep going. I think I got everyone. Okay. Another time, Linda, how are you? Hope you're doing better. There's Gail's Southern Living. Y'all, it's Gail and Taz's 10th 10-year anniversary. Show her some love and tell her happy anniversary. Heather, how are you? Hey, so Friday we have Gail Southern Living. We have me. She kicks it off at 5. Then me, and then Rambling with the Brooms. And then at 10:30, Freedom Redbird wraps it up. Just want to let you know the lineup. Yeah, we're just hanging out. It's a Friday hangout because it's freaking cold outside, and who wants to be outside? Okay, so I'm scrolling through the chat. Hey, Ralph, I'm going really fast. 555, how are you? So great to see you. Hello, Tiffany. I swear. Hold on, Tiff. Hold on. Oh, I can't do it on here. Doggone it. I'm not on my phone. Tiffany's supposed to be a moderator, and I don't have her as one. Dang it. I thought I fixed it, but apparently I did not. You go ahead and eat. Okay. All right. DeMoose, what's up, my friend? Did she? What? I whistle stop, didn't I? I said whistle stop. Let's meet Sarah from the Langley family. Okay, we're gonna do it right now. And Sarah, hi.
Hello.
So good to have you. So
Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Irby will maybe be here shortly. He had to
Yeah.
make a store run.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We will take Sarah. It's his loss. Well, he could have the channel on and be watching, but no. Hey, Ginger, what's up? Wait, I'm missing something. Tamara, how are you? See, this is what happens when you get a lot of people on and it's just you. Usually I have Kevin, which we affectionately call the boss. But we don't, hey, Ovita, we don't, you know how you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
CB, Hoga Homestead. Okay, Crash Out Gardner. Well, hello. So good to see you. So, Sarah.
Yes.
Golly, you could, hey, keep putting that link up for their channel, would you? Langley's with an apostrophe S builds a homestead. Would y'all mind doing that for me? And I'll have Sarah send the checks out next week. Oh, sorry. Oh, just kidding. Anyway, yeah, put their link out because y'all, they've been through a lot. So, okay, I'm just gonna ask you some questions.
All right.
I wouldn't embarrass her and say anything, too, where you would, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, so you live in South Carolina.
We do. Yep. We live really close to Georgia, but we're still in South Carolina.
Okay, so you get the cold, and yeah, they're pretty much the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I think in Georgia it gets a little bit colder than we get it here, but our summers are super hot.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I lived in Texas for 45 years before we moved to Missouri. So Gail, Southern Living is, she lives in Texas, and so yeah, it's I know the pain.
I
And
bet.
our
It's like,
old neighbors moved to South Carolina. She goes, "It's so cold here," and I go, "Well, yeah."
I'm sure Texas is much hotter.
Oh, you might be close to Ginger at Not for Nothing Homestead.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Kayla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've tried to figure out who's kind of close, and sometimes people don't put it on their bio or whatever, so you don't really know unless they say it in a video. So
Well, I like if someone says they're from a certain place in Illinois, I go, "Oh yeah, where? Where?
yeah,
I'm from here," and or they'll tell me where they're from, and that's how I just found out someone was from
okay.
close to where I lived.
Oh, neat.
Where's your wait? Where? Hold on, Jennifer's asking me something. I'm running solo here, Jennifer, and interviewing. Okay, hold on. I lost her. Dang comment. That's a hard part. Kevin, do you see Jennifer's comment? I sort of lost it. So, have you lived in South Carolina all your life?
Whole
Hi,
entire life.
all your life.
All my life. I lived in the same town for 32 years, and so we finally moved away from that town about an hour and a half away. But I've always lived in South Carolina.
Wow.
Now Irby, he was born in Germany, and then they moved to Alaska, and then they moved to Georgia and Alabama. So he's been all over the place. For me,
Wow.
I've just been
Yeah.
here.
Hi, Rebecca. Yeah. Another time, Linda. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm talking.
I know you're fine.
Okay. Kathleen, my Alabama farm life. How you doing? Jacob's Triangle. There's my buddy Randy. He lives all the way in California.
Oh, wow.
We're not going to blame him for that, but we still love him.
Irby's brother actually lives in California. One of his brothers. So, and I did have an uncle that lived there.
Yeah. Yeah. Daryl, not your daddy. Yep, Daryl. When I sent him my phone number and Kevin's phone number, he goes, "You're from Texas." Like, where at? And I told him, White Rock. What's up? Let's see. Thank you for everyone putting the links up. Appreciate it very much. You're at 220. You were at 225.
Oh, wow.
232.
Thank you guys so much.
Yay.
Y'all are awesome. I appreciate it.
Yay. So, well, I have a lot of questions and we only have an hour.
All right.
So, okay, cool. How long have you been on YouTube?
Well, for this channel, I'll be honest with you. Let's see. This channel I've been on for, I think I've had the channel for 2 years, but I haven't really taken it seriously up until, this year. I want to say probably May or June is probably when we started kind of getting it started. But now I'm trying to really push and be more consistent and come up with an actual schedule for posting. So this particular channel, we've had it for, about 2 years, but only not even a year fully doing it. But I have been on YouTube before, just not with this channel.
I gotcha. So, you first lived in it was over 100-year-old house did Irby inherit that house or
no? See, it was my grandma's house. And my cousin had been living there, and I was needing a house to live in, and had been trying to find something because I have 4 kids, and so I was trying to find something that would fit all of us, but at the same time, be on some type of land. Well, that house ended up coming up for sale because my cousin was moving, and I was like, I'll buy it. I have to have the memories. So we bought that house and moved there. The problem is it was in the city. So that kind of put a slight damper on a lot of the plans that we really wanted to do. But my great grandparents actually built the house. I'm sorry.
Did you have to get like whatever they call it, where you have to get approval to do whatever?
We didn't. Technically, we weren't supposed. So all we had there, we had rabbits and chickens. So we didn't have the goats or anything when we were there. But technically we weren't supposed to have a rooster, but we did. We were just hoping we wouldn't, be found out. And so we just had the rabbits and the chickens. So it was really small, and we grew a garden back there. We didn't have to do anything special, because if we would have tried to get a permit, they would have been like, yeah, no roosters. So
yeah, we couldn't in Texas. We could have pretty much all the chickens we wanted.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny, but we couldn't have a rooster. But the guy down the road had a horse and a cow.
Oh, wow.
The lady across the land from us by our community park and swimming pool, they had goats there.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And I don't know what else anyone else. That was in our immediate area, our little bubble we had. And it was quite comical because you'd hear the goats like all day long. You could.
Oh yeah, I never knew all the noises the goats made until we just got ours. I remember one day I thought I heard a child, and I'm like, my kids are in school, so
yeah, exactly. I have to say hi to a very special friend of mine real quick.
All right.
Her name is Linda Peterson. And whenever you see Linda in a chat, you do all caps. And this is what it sounds like for Linda. So, hello, Linda, I love you. Yeah. So that's a thing with Linda. I know it's sort of dorky, but we love each other. There's Freedom Redbird. She comes on at 10:30. She ate supper. Thank God. Thank goodness. Yeah, so that's how I greet Linda. Kathleen Moran, hello. I know there's just ignore the chat, but that's rude.
Yeah.
I wanna talk to everyone.
I agree. Though, see, that's what it's about. It's about community and talking to everybody, That's
It's a great thrifter, Charlie Brown. Well, hello. How are you, Charlie Brown? It's good to see you. Let's see. See, and if you don't keep it going and pay attention, it's hard because there's Tamara and David from Heartland. See, I missed all of these people. Okay. I'm not even close to the bottom. Everyone's just chatting. That's a cool thing about us. We just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ariella, hello. Good to see you. Okay, my next question is, so you sold that house, and then what happened?
So we're not very big planners. And so whenever we needed to move there, one of the reasons is because we were in the city, but it was also just becoming a really dangerous area. And so we ended up selling it to one of the, somebody who could pay cash. So we wouldn't have to worry about waiting on a realtor and all that. So we sold the house, and we had land. This land here had just gone up for sale. Like they had stuck a for sale sign out there just to see if anybody wanted it. And just so happened my dad's friend hunts near here and saw it and knew we were looking for land. And he's like, hey, give these people a call. And we were the first person, people to even call them. And they were kind of looking for somebody who would come and just pay full cash for it, which from our sale we could not do. And so I was like, well, we can't do that, but we would love to, to be able to work with you and get it, because we really wanted it. It was just perfect for what we needed. And so we kind of sold the house before we even had an agreement for the land, which might not have been the brightest thing in the world to do, but you know what? It sometimes you have to take chances.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and then ended up making, a plan with them for the land. And then we bought this camper to live in. So we hadn't even, at the time, we weren't sure what we were going to even build. We had thought about doing like a tiny home, but we quickly realized, being in a camper with 6 people, that a tiny home is not for us. And so through there, we didn't know if we would do like a mobile home. But at the end of the day, we just decided that it would just be, better financially for us if we just built it ourselves. So that's why we went with that option.
And it's how many acres?
It's just over 14 acres.
14.
Yeah.
How do you end up finding? Well, let's back up. Let's go back in time for a minute.
Yeah.
So you're sitting in your 100. Hello, Mona, by the way. You're sitting in your, and Evelyn, and you're sitting in your 100-year-old house, and you're living the dream. You're putting it together. You're doing you're doing it, right? And then what made you think, gee, I'd like to move out into the boonies and buy some raw land and work my bones, tail to the bones, and let's build a house. What drew you? What started that? What put that? Was it
I've always wanted
God, or what?
I've always wanted to do the whole homestead thing, and I have before. I've raised, chickens and ducks and rabbits. That's always kind of been the 3 things that I've, no matter where I lived, that was kind of always what I raised. But I really wanted, our big goal is to have cattle. That's like our, cattle and pigs and everything like that. But right now, while we're building the house, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
and so I've always really wanted to do that, and Irby's really been interested in it too. And so I was like, we're not going to be able, to reach those dreams living here. And so that's pretty much, I've just always wanted to do it, just haven't necessarily always been able to, because I did homeschool my kids when they were all really little. I still homeschool my oldest. He's 16. And I still homeschool him. But, when they were all little, it was like I did what I could with the homesteading. But as far as turning it into anything even bigger, it just wasn't going to happen. So I've always just really had that dream of being more, I won't say self-sufficient, because I think we all need community and you need other people to do that. But just not having to rely on, going to the grocery store as much and not knowing what's in our food, that kind of thing. So that's been, just something I've always really wanted to do, and just hadn't been able to do it to the capacity that I wanted. As far as the building the house, to be honest, if we found land with a house, it would have been great, but we didn't.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, how much land was your 100-year-old home on?
It was like just over an acre, I think. I would have to ask Irby to be 100% sure, because I don't remember, but I think it was just over an acre. So
a pretty big lot, if you would, because
it was enough to do a good bit. Now, if we would have been in the country with it, we could have grown more. Now, we couldn't have necessarily, obviously not gotten as big as here for sure, but we could have done a lot. But really, it being in the city hindered it.
Yeah. Well, that obviously wasn't where you were supposed to be. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. So I might have asked this in a different way. Were you raised in the city or the country? Honestly, it was kind of neither. I definitely didn't live in the city, but I wasn't like super out in the country. We lived near farmland, but not close enough to where, I could interact with farmers or things like that. So it was kind of in the middle. But if you went to school together, you still had sort of in it, because they would go to school.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Well, how did you and Irby meet?
I'm gonna pull the millennial thing. We met on Tinder.
Oh, okay. I've got a lot of friends who met like that.
Yeah,
that's
we
cool.
did.
That's all right. No shame in that game. And how long have y'all been married now?
We've been married for 4. This year it'll be 4 years. So
Awesome.
we got together in 2020 during the whole craziness. So
I heard that on your video, just to
yeah,
let you know. But I'm going to ask questions because these folks might not know yet.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not subscribed, please hit the link. Did someone put the link up right for your channel? Put their link up in there for me if you wouldn't mind. That would
Thank
be
you.
awesome. Hello, Jake. How you doing? Okay. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel, whether it be your previous one? We're talking about this channel now, but
Yeah.
what? Let's say
I've
this
always
channel. What
always
made?
had an interest just being in front of the camera anyway. So even as a teenager, if I was cooking, I was putting on a cooking show. And so I've always just enjoyed that. But I figured, with us moving here, we moved all the way from our family. None of Irby's family lives in South Carolina anyways, but we moved here away from family, and it's just nice to connect with the community. And before, when I had my channel and I was homesteading, it was just a really big community that I built, and I missed that. So
Yes.
I figured, it's not every day you just build a house yourself. And I figured, people might, be interested in it. It might be something that we can, as we go along in the process, especially the further along we get and we're getting into more detailed stuff, it may be something that people can learn from.
Exactly. Yeah, because everyone doesn't do it the same way, and everyone has different guidelines they go by. And, so there's always a teaching and learning experience within that thing, that video. Hey, I want to say hi to Nico and Natalie at our Brown Farmhouse. So good to see you guys. So good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. And there's someone else I totally missed too. And yeah. Oh, John at Hunting with J&J. Good to see you. But yeah, I think that, there's Barb at Ben's Over Acres too. Boy, am I behind. Anyway, I think Ace, what's up? I think it's really important, like, to keep it real.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think it's the 24th. I have a air fryer video coming out because Jamie's Country Living did a collaboration. I joined
fun.
in on. Well, it turned, by the grace of God, my recipe turned out good, but it was rough going. But I could have cut all that out. I'm like, it's like I got a style in cooking all my own, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter how it looks, it still eats.
Exactly.
As long as you didn't drop it on the floor and put it back in the frying pan. Anyway, okay, T and J, how are you? Wait, T and J, yeah. It's hard for me to see on the screen. Usually Kevin's reading for me.
Next time I'll have to pull my laptop out and so I can see the comments too.
Oh yeah, it is half the struggle. There's Leonard Mountain Homestead. What's up, baby?
I know those guys.
Yep, that's my family. Okay, how did okay, now do you just homeschool one of your children who is 16 and the others go to public school?
I do. Yep. I homeschool him. He's in 10th grade. You guys will probably not see him. Maybe in a couple years I'll be able to convince him to get on camera, but he, as of right now, is like, don't show me.
He wouldn't even put his handprint on that foundation.
I know.
Like,
I know. Come on, kid.
Really? Come on, man.
Yeah, he's in that whole I'm grown, and that's okay. But yeah, he's the only one that's homeschooled. I did homeschool all of them up until 2019, and then they went into public school. And he went into public school for 3 years, and he said, it's not for me. I want to come back. So we decided not to. And he just, he enjoys it because he gets to do things that he really wants to do on the side and learn about things in his way. So, and there's been back and forth with the others, whether they want to homeschool again. And if they do, we will. But, it's always on the table.
It's a definite. what's it just the word was in my head just a second ago. It's a to me a better way to teach your children because
For sure.
the school, they have an agenda, they're going to follow it, and
Yeah.
there's nothing you
In
can
all
do
honesty, if I would have never, like, had I not have put them in that before, and I knew on the other side, I never would have in the first place. But now, some of them preferred that, and I'm like, I'm gonna give you that choice. I'm not gonna force you to do it, but I
yeah,
fully agree. Could I
yeah,
go back in time and just say, nope, we're just gonna keep doing this? I would
we're
have,
going to
but
do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they may hit a path where they say, enough, I'm done.
yeah,
I
very
don't know, Daryl. I haven't asked Mona what she does. Mona did what? I don't know. That was funny. Um, okay, so you went through the infamous Hurricane Helene.
true. We did.
Tell us about that journey.
Well, so Irby was working the night that it hit because he works nights right now.
Uh,
And so I was here with the kids by myself, having to, be like, oh yeah, we're fine, while terrified on the inside. It was very, very scary. Our trees were moving everywhere. We had trees that fell down all around us, but our camper didn't get hit. Our building that we have did not get hit. None of the animal enclosures got hit. So how,
wow.
there's that. But it was very, very scary. Not even gonna lie. And the camper shook a bit. So that was scary too. And then we were without power. I can't remember now. I think it was like 13 days that we were without power.
Wow.
And so we ran the generator when we could to kind of charge things up, or thankfully it wasn't too hot or too cold for the most part. It got pretty hot during some of the times. But it kind of like, it was a struggle, but at the same time, it got us connected to our community here better because there were
Yeah.
lots of drop-offs for water and food, and just if anybody needed help, kind of, get it. It really got people together. So it was a bad time, and it was a really big struggle. But the way that we got to see our community come together, and we were able to meet up with people and stuff, that part was nice. Now
Mhm.
the going without power and figuring that out for 13 days was rough, but
Yeah.
we were worried that we were going to lose a lot of food, but thankfully my dad brought another generator over, and we were able to keep our freezer going for a while. So that was
Oh,
good.
thank
But
goodness. Yeah.
yeah.
Woo. Hey, Gary at Belt Loop, how you doing, my friend? So good to see you. That is probably one of the most stressful things I had gone through in life was after a hurricane. And I lived on the Gulf.
Oh
And
man.
I lived on the Bay. Hey, Tracy,
Yeah.
TNT. Yeah. So I totally get it, but you know, it's so hard. It's so hard because it's so messy and there's so
Yeah.
much cleanup, and we didn't have tractors or anything to
We
push
don't
it.
either. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't either.
like that's my dream vehicle.
Yep. I hear
Yeah.
you there. That's for sure.
Yes. So let's talk about that Taj Mahal chicken coop and run you're building. That thing
Um,
is awesome.
so I'm really excited about that. I can't wait for it to get done. So Irby ended up, my dad's friend was moving, and Irby and my oldest son went to go help him. And so they cleared out a bunch of stuff, and he has a really nice barn and that really nice chicken coop, and he's like, I don't need it anymore. If you move it, you can have it. And I'm like, okay. Because it's amazing, for that much wood, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And the paint we ended up getting, I don't remember who we got the paint from, so we didn't have to pay, anything. Like, we're gonna have to put some boards to repair. But I'm really excited about it because it'll help us. It'll help us, number one, automate their water again, which I really like doing just because I know that they're not going to run out. But also it'll be, we'll be able to section it out and have them separated the way they aren't right now. So it'll make things a lot easier. It'll give them more room. Hi, Jen, my hand. Sorry, I have a child coming in.
That's all right.
But yeah, we'll be able to section it out and have, it'll just be a whole better system for them and for us. So.
Oh yeah. So
Give me just a minute. Okay.
You're gonna have turkeys.
Yes, we do have 2 turkeys right now. And then we have, oh goodness, I don't remember how many chickens. Irby's the numbers guy. But we have a ton of different chickens. We have some egg layers and some that are, we have like the smaller silkies, and then we have like the regular size, but we have the turkeys we're gonna put in one section, and they're big. Yeah. I'm nervous about walking around with them more freely than they are now, but
yeah. But you guys have coyotes and owls, yes, and hawks and all the things we have here, right?
Yeah, we do. We did have guineas, and unfortunately the coyotes just came in and got them one night. They got a bunch of our chickens too, because at first we thought we'd be able to free range. That's what we've always done. I really enjoy free ranging them. It's yeah. But I like it for them. They get, it's free food. But yeah, we found out really quickly that was not gonna work. So yeah,
we free range ours, but we have my border collie Lily, and then her puppy. He's not a puppy, but Brutus, and he's a blue heeler, and they're constantly looking in the sky.
Okay.
We have 2 roosters, so but we've never. I mean, we've had an eagle sitting on our pond in the tree right across from the coop.
Oh man,
just hanging out, and but the dogs would fight it.
Yeah, that's good. See, that's one thing we've thought about, either getting a livestock guardian dog or a donkey to try to help with the coyotes. I'm not sure which one yet.
Cool.
Well, Irby's here.
They'll kill. What's that?
I said Irby made it home, so I'm gonna scooch and let him join in.
Welcome home, Irby. You just came in on the right question. This was specifically for you. Oh, we can't.
You said you came in on the right question. Hi. One for you.
How y'all doing?
Good to meet you, Irby.
Good to meet you.
So, Irby, where did you learn your building skills?
Not being good at it over time. It's just, I guess it's mixed between creativity and growing up, not having enough money to pay people to build stuff. So I had to just learn. Yeah. And I kind of surround myself by those kind of iconic, influential people who know how to build stuff. So if I didn't know how to build something, I could just ask.
Yeah.
And I guess it's.
You had tenacity too, because you didn't stop.
Yeah. Sorry, the cat's trying to be like, hey, I'm here.
What a bum. It's all right. We have Brutus and Lily in half our lives all the time. I'm shocked we're not. Oh, they're outside with Kevin. That's why. They're usually right up my head, and okay. So what are you living in right now?
We're in a camper. Yeah. How big is it? Do you remember? I don't know. I'm telling you, he is the numbers guy. I remember nothing as far as numbers are concerned.
That's okay. I'm with you, man.
I know it's a 96 Fleetwood Mallard. I want to say it's either a 28 or a 32 foot.
32. That I do remember. It's 32.
32.
So yeah.
See, if Kevin will say it, I'll remember it, and I'll be like, yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I know. So tell us about you're building a house. Leonard's building a homestead. So part of that is you're building a house. What Tell us about your house. I'm so excited about it. I feel like I'm going to live there.
Well, see that's one thing I'm really wanting to, especially while we're building it. I hope everybody will kind of, it's like, hey, it's a piece of the community. So I designed it through tons of trial and error, and balling it up and throwing it, getting frustrated enough. But really, I wanted to focus on number one, a big kitchen, because we have a big family, and I'm always in the kitchen regardless.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so a lot of it was based off of that, and like our pantry is, just going to be designed to hold all of our stuff for canning. And our oldest son is actually, once we move in the house, he said, "Can I have the camper so I can live in it and get that independence?" And I'm like, well, you'll be old enough if that's what you want to do. You're going to be right here with us. So he's going to do that. And so, we built it so that the other kids could each have their own, rooms, and because they're getting to that age where they're like, I don't want anybody near me.
Let me get this cat. Keep on hitting the tripod.
Oh, okay. And so yeah, it was really just, I wanted to make sure that it was exactly what we wanted. And whenever we were looking at different houses, that's another reason that kind of helped us make that decision, is because nothing really fit what we needed. Everything, the larger rooms were, like either a really big laundry room or a really big closet. And I'm like, yeah, a closet's important, but to me, a closet's not more important than having a large kitchen.
And a huge pantry and plate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Girlfriend, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you some advice right now. Okay.
Right.
So I know Irby could build this by himself. Get you a good spice rack, or in one of your cabinets, make those mini spice rack drawers that pull out.
Okay.
Because I have a whole dedicated cabinet for spices and herbs.
Yeah.
And I can't find a dang thing in it.
That's exactly how ours is. We have a space where it used to be a microwave, but we took it out. And so that's where all my spices go. And I'm not even tall enough to get in there and reach the back.
I have to get the stool to get up there. I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
That's me. I have a step ladder for everything. If he's not here, I'm like, I need it.
I don't know if I'll do it or the boss will do it, but there is a spice rack in our future.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, hello, Cassie. And there's someone else I missed. Oh, I said hi in the chat. Mickey. Yeah, Keith and Mickey. Okay. Yeah, I think I got them. I said hi. Okay. So how big is it?
The house is it's 16 wide by 84 numbers. So 16 by 84. Whatever the square feet of that is, math is not strong.
I don't know.
It's roughly about 1,300 square feet, but it's
okay. That's what I needed. Yeah, because I don't know that answer. Hey, Randy was spot on here. Hold on, let me show this. Put this rollout spice rack. Oh man, I missed it. Where is it? Okay, hold on. Hi Jackie. Hi Bob. Brutal Bob. Okay, wait. I'm looking. We have 61 people in here, so it's a chat system. Okay, there you go. Randy made a great suggestion. Put it right by the stove.
There you go.
When you're cooking, you ain't got. Now the lady who did the kitchen, she, right next to our stove, we have a skinny little pull-out spice rack.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was there for months.
Oh wow.
And I opened it up and I'm like, oh my God, I hit gold. Yeah, I was so excited. That's perfect, Randy. Exactly. Yeah, and hey man, if you have the spices I do, you might need something bigger. Just something that pulls it. Because sometimes you have pint or quart jars.
Yeah.
I mean, how you think about all the basil. Oh, Cassie is who I wanted to say hi to. Hi, Cassie. Think about all the basil you grow and harvest, and I dehydrate mine.
Yeah.
Just dry it out. And you think about that. You need a spot in a cabinet that's sort of tucked in that you can, you can still get to it. I've got every nook and cranny covered. So
my thing is, if it's put away completely and I can't get to it, I'm gonna forget it exists. So we're gonna end up
and you're gonna make more, and then you're gonna go, oh crap, I already had a quart or 2 or 3.
Exactly.
I have so much Thai basil, and it's ridiculous. And I keep making new jars.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's going to be a project this winter. Okay, we got to move on because what is 6:46? What animals do you have currently, and what animals would you like to get?
So right now, as far as domesticated animals, we have cats and dogs. And then for farm animals, right now we have the chickens, turkeys, and the goats. Our goal is to, over the next few years, we want to get quail. We want to get pigs. I want to get ducks again because even though they are messy, I love them. And we want to get rabbits. And we want to get cattle. I want to have a milk cow, but we also want to raise our own beef too. So the beef will come after the milk cow, though.
Now that is an ongoing argument because when we got this property and we're making the hour 15-minute commute from where we were staying, a lot of it's cattle farms that we see. Yeah. And I'd always see these longhorns, and I'm like, I want to get some of these.
He does. He wants longhorns, and they are beautiful. And I love looking at them. However, when it comes to working with them, I don't know if I want to have to dodge those horns. And I know they have great control over them, but that also means that if they get mad, they have great control over them. And
you can get one of them cray-crays. Yeah.
So they are really, really, really beautiful, and I do love the longhorns. Maybe he'll win that argument one day. We'll see. But
well,
you just put a cork on the horns and jump on top.
Well, here's what you do, Sarah, is you let Herbie handle that. And you don't feed it. You just bring it to, you maybe put a handful of cubes and, talk to it and stuff.
And maybe we will have to do that because, my big reason with the horns too, I've had the whole well-meaning goat coming up behind you, just trying to love on you, and I'm like, oh, that hurts. I don't want to meet the mean end. But maybe that'll just be your job, and you can have them in the field somewhere.
Sorry, Herbie. My bad.
Well, I see a purpose for everything on a homestead.
Yeah.
See, when we got it, I brought things here with the mind state. It has to serve a purpose.
Yep.
So your chickens give you meat, it gives you eggs, fertilizer, and some pest control, depending if you free range your chickens or not.
You betcha.
Same thing with the goats. You get the milk. I don't foresee us eating the goat meat.
We have discussed the whole having goats for meat. Goats, to me, I'm like, I don't know if I could get over the cuteness. I'm sure I could if I didn't handle them every day, but with ours that I pet every day, if we had some that were just, more from a distance cared for, I'd be able to do it. But
yeah,
with the longhorns, I mean, there's a lot of usage for the horns because I don't foresee having a longhorn as a pet. There might be some people out there who do that. No. I'm not going to shame that. But in the process of things, you could use those longhorns as like a set of ram horns.
Mm-hmm. On your truck.
He's pleading his case.
Yeah. So a lot of people use ram horns as dog treats.
That is true.
Oh, I was thinking on the front of the truck.
Yeah, that too.
You can't go wrong with like a 60s model Cadillac with the horns on the front.
I know, right? I lived in Texas too long. I need to say hi real quick to Old Man King.
All
Hi,
right.
Bear Butler. Now, I have a cow story. I'm just going to, what time is it? Okay, I got 10 minutes. Okay, so we traded our donkey and our 3 American black belly sheep for a Dexter cow that was pregnant,
Yeah.
and she gave us a bull calf, and we named our bull calf Bear after Bear Butler is Dave, but his dog's name is Bear.
Oh yeah.
I like the name, so I named our calf Bear, and he's absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
So, but yeah, if you're running a farm, everything has a purpose and
yeah.
should have a reason to it. You know, if it's not producing in one way or the other, then as far it could be protection, it could be food, it could. I don't have pets. I mean, like our chickens give us eggs, but when
Yeah.
goat meat is from what I understand, the number 1 top selling meat. And
Oh wow.
yeah, I've never had it though, and I sure do want to try it.
I
So,
do want to try it. That is that I
yeah,
do want to try it. That's my thing is I've never had it before.
yeah.
So if we have a goat and then we process all this meat and I don't even like it, I'm like, well, that's unfortunate.
Well, you can try. Oh, Bear said me. You could just have it processed. I wouldn't like we raised 2 pigs and we processed them ourselves in our
Yeah.
yard, and that was different.
Yeah.
And we didn't. It was our first time, and we were sort of tutored in it, and
Yeah.
you know,
That's something I really want to learn to do is how to process all of our own. Because I can do chickens, I can do rabbits. But as far as the larger animals,
Yeah.
never done it before, have no idea.
it's very
And
similar to skinning and processing a deer.
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
I've
larger than a deer.
Only
I don't know if
bigger,
this
and
is
you
up
need a
for it.
saw.
Yeah.
a sawzall. Yeah. Okay. Now I think you mentioned this earlier. The building you cook in, and is that the one you moved?
Now the camper's where I cook. The building we just have I do have like a air fryer out there that I use, but as far as cooking, that's inside the camper. But the building we use like for a big laundry room. Our freezers are all out there. We have like a bigger shower than what's here in the camper. So that's pretty much what the building is for. And so we do all our cooking in here on the propane stove. But the temperatures are so much different than the regular stoves that I'm used to. So, it's been a learning curve, and sometimes it gets really frustrating, especially when I'm trying to bake bread and you have to make sure that there's something underneath or the bottom of your bread's going to get burnt, and even still it still gets a little too done sometimes.
It's got hot spots.
Yeah.
I was laughing when you were. I don't know if it was in a video you did. Oops, hello, hey, Randy, North Missouri. But you're showing your egg sandwich, and the eggs were still cold, and this bottom of the sandwich was burnt. I go, oh my God, I've so been there, done that. Hey,
Yeah.
Ace, I think I said hi, but hello, my friend. Okay, how big is your garden? We're gonna power question. We're gonna one more.
All right. Well, honestly, we have a couple different areas for our garden. We have one, there's like a greenhouse area, and we have, how big would you say those are? Like 4x4?
4x4 by 20, I think 20 inches.
Yeah, so we have about 4 or 5 of those, and then I have a really big oval one. As far as growing in the ground, our ground needs a lot of work.
A lot of healing.
Yeah, a whole lot of healing.
Red clay.
So we have a very large area. How big would you say?
Hello,
probably
Emma.
for the garden area. Like, I don't know. It's big.
I mean, we have a 1/4 acre, but the thing is, the previous owners of this property, when we looked at the land, they told us you might find a tree stump here or there that was buried. They didn't tell us until some of the people in the neighborhood told us that there was an entire old elementary school that was demolished and buried on our property.
Yep.
Oh my
So
goodness.
there's a lot to work with. I mean, it's
Wow. Hey, maybe you'll
Until-
find some artifacts.
I know that. That's what I thought.
I mean,
That'd be
Get
kinda
that
cool.
tractor, man, and you're on. You're on.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Oh my
that's the thing.
God, that'd be so fun.
Okay, so it's one of those things. You till one foot,
Yep.
you find what's been brought up, then you till the next foot. You got to like inspect foot by foot and see how far down you can go.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't want to like try to drag 10 feet and have to sharpen your discs every 10 feet.
No
It's
kidding.
but it's the quality of soil. It's mixed depending on which spot you go, because
Yeah.
the man did own a construction company, but he didn't just dump everything here. I mean, there's some spots that just has a lot of gravel, some spots that has a lot of sand, and we're going to utilize that to grow like peanuts and other things that
Yeah.
that require sandy soil.
We have a really big area we call the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got a bunch of sand and nicer. It's pretty decent soil, but we're trying to think of a lot of different things we can plant down there. So
Well, just get a simple soil test.
yeah,
You
with
know,
the get
see
our
what's
the
going on.
extension thing.
Yeah, like we live in our area. We could just take a sample soil, send it over to Clemson University, and I
Exactly.
mean, they're fantastic. I mean, they got
Oh,
planting schedule and everything for our area,
mm-hmm.
so
They
it's simplified in a way.
Yeah. Then okay, I need to add nitrogen. I need to
Yeah.
add mash. I need to add whatever it is. Okay. Sarah, you're quite the cook,
Thank you.
and you're
Yes,
welcome.
she is.
When I come visit, I know you'll make me
Absolutely, anytime.
I wait until your house gets built, man. I want the luxuries. Yeah.
There you go.
Do you can dehydrate or ferment?
I
And you have 2 minutes. I'm just
So
kidding.
I
You
have-
can go as long as you want.
So I've dehydrated several things. As far as canning, I have never pressure canned anything. Tomorrow will be our first day of pressure canning ever, and we're gonna do our turkey broth. And that I'm working on a video. I started to say that you guys know about it, but no, you don't. That video hasn't come out yet. So we'll be pressure canning turkey broth tomorrow. So a little nervous, but really excited.
Applesauce.
If
Yes,
you
and
need
applesauce.
help, just call me. Just
I
remember,
will. Thank you.
don't put more than 3 quarts of water in your pressure canner.
Okay. I did
And
not know that. Good to know.
you were talking about pressure canning your tomatoes. Well, you don't have to pressure can tomatoes. You can
Okay.
water bath. Hey, Drops. So, could someone drop Langley's Build a Homestead link? And if y'all are connected, man, let's help these guys grow, because
Thank you.
I power watch their channel and I don't ever do that. But I was like, let me watch this one. Oh yeah, okay. Well, so I started with your last one. You have 82 or 85 videos in your
Mhm.
shorts, and yeah. And
Yeah.
I was, and run their playlist, y'all, so that'll help them get watch hours.
Thank you.
And yes, and you probably know this. I see you guys in and out. Network.
Yeah, that's
And
what we've been trying to. I've been trying to be more consistent. I'm like, I really want the community of it, and I really want our channel to grow. And that's, one thing we have to do is I can't be sitting here thinking, well, what am I going to make a video on? No, just get out there and do it and interact with other people. And
yeah, you're better at it than me. And I've been at this for 6 years now, going on 7. So,
oh wow,
when you'll see. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, sometimes I just put shorts up because I'm not gonna video my two cows every day,
Yeah.
or my ducks and my chickens. That's boring to me. And I think it would be very boring to anyone else. So
That's what I'm trying to do, is like put a short out every day, and I'm gonna start doing 2 videos a week. That's kind of our plan. I'm gonna do like a shorter one where I'm just cooking or something, and then the next video will be all homestead. What we have going on, projects in the house.
Yeah. And then don't get stuck in a genre, if you will. There's like crafting channels, and there's I don't know what else. Hey Donald, Lisa, Money Pit. There's all these other channels to connect with, and they love. You have a blessed week, Barb. They love going to the homestead because they can't participate because they live in the city.
Yeah.
And then homesteaders, like, well, most of my friends are very artistic. I did not get that gene. And if I did, both my children and grandchildren and great grandchildren have it. I
sew and I crochet. Other than that, though, we're kind of
I just sew a button in a hole, and then pretty much that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But hey, you guys, it's time to wrap it up. Rambling with the Prunes is next. Y'all hang around for a minute, and I want to say goodbye. And
absolutely,
y'all, thanks so much for spending your time with us and meeting this fantastic family. I really, really, I don't do this, but I love their tenacity. And Irby, I love your mentality on life. Well, Sarah, yours too. And I'm not saying this lightly. I love
I'll tell you if you
how you don't give up. You've hit adversity, you've hit the trials, and you are still rocking and rolling. And that's what life's about, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all for coming in.
Thank you for having us. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
It's our first live, y'all. I feel so honored. Okay, y'all. Well, here's how we end our live. Y'all be blessed and love well. And then you have to say, bye now. And not now, it's nah. Bye now.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye now.